Think like a marketer, but act like a creator. Be real, be authentic, turn up, be present, open the app, play with the app, be involved in the app, be consistent, build familiarity in the app. I will be doing this in English, so I apologize to all of my German colleagues in advance. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you why it's very important for brands and advertisers to have a very different kind of relationship on the TikTok platform. I'm also going to talk about how important it is to deliver on that relationship, which will return strong and real-world business impact for your businesses. In addition, I'm also going to debunk the myth that TikTok is in fact a lip-syncing dance routine application for kids. My name is Stuart Flint, and I'm the General Manager of TikTok in Europe and Israel for the commercial department. Let's start here. What is TikTok? Well, TikTok is an entertainment platform that is powered by its community. The community is the lifeblood of everything that we do. They build content that is authentic, content that is real, that's transparent, that's joyful, that enlightens people's lives. Everyone has a seat at the table when it comes to TikTok, to join in those conversations, and in fact, start new conversations as well. It really, truly is a very special place for all of these communities. And we've seen exponential growth over the last 4 years. 4 years ago, you definitely wouldn't have heard of us. We've now grown to well over 1 billion consumers on a monthly basis. And we know people love coming to TikTok to be entertained. 67%, 61% come to the platform to be entertained. That's nearly 2/3. That's incredible how much it has grown over that time. In addition to that, as it's grown, so too has it diversified. It's diversified in terms of its audience, but it's equally diversified as that audience has got older, the type of content that you are seeing on the platform. Recent Kantar research showed that 67% of our audience is now over the age of 25. Now, we still love our Gen Zs, but there's something quite special about Grandpa Joe, an 87-year-old man with 5.2 million followers. And he's showing us life lessons with his granddaughter. If you haven't looked him up, he is fantastic. From skipping to how to cut an apple. There's something quite lovely about the relationship that he has. And what TikTok is doing is bridging the gap between the real world, if you like, and different kinds of culture. I talked about Grandpa Joe, but there's a brilliant example of a gentleman called Kabi Lane. Kabi Lane was a Senegalese Italian factory worker that used the best form of comedy he knew how. He couldn't speak English, so he took to an old school Charlie Chaplin view of life and just used mime. Many of you may know him. He's now become one of the largest TikTok creators of our generation. And in fact, I think he was here at OMR last year. He's now become the face of Hugo Boss. But who am I to talk about culture? Who better to talk about culture than the creators themselves?
Because it's the best party ever. It's like what you wanted parties to be every time you went to them. You walk in and at first there's just like a bunch of straight people dancing. You're like, okay, whatever. But you go in the kitchen and people are cooking and like, that's really cool. People who are cooking are talking about like random shit, like socialism and Disney movies and religious trauma. You go outside and there's a bunch of people like sitting around a fire pit that's not really supposed to be a fire pit, taking turns telling the story of what's the worst boss you've ever had. Like, that's fun, but you have to pee, so you go inside. You stick your head in one bathroom and there's just people in there yelling about politics. You go find another bathroom and somebody's in there just like helping somebody else shave their head because that seems like a good idea right now. Go upstairs, there's people on the stairs like scream singing an opera version of Dolly Parton and it's really fucking good. Somebody's doing yoga, somebody's doing magic. There's one room of people just sitting cross-legged on the floor talking about the philosophy of vampire movies. Somebody else is just like painting going and you hear like snippets of conversation. Bullshit though, like you're racist. And then you find a way to get on the roof and there's people just on the roof reading poetry.
Nailed it. That's exactly what it is. But what's bridging that culture in a way, and the reason culture is evolving so quickly on our platform is because of this. It's because of creativity. And we've seen some magnificent examples from stop motion animation to literally a person turning themselves into a banana. If you haven't seen that, it is magical. He literally falls onto his worktop and becomes a banana. And so the tools that are available to these creators on our platform now are always extending and evolving, and it's really something magnificent to see this creativity. It's endless. And the golden thread of all of this is the fact that it's full screen, sound on. Now, somebody who did this incredibly well, many of you probably know Beyoncé. Now, in other platforms potentially, if you're launching your new album or launching your new single, you'll want to be on the cover of that and make sure that you're the one promoting it. But Beyoncé, or maybe her people, they understood TikTok. They understand how TikTok works. They understand that the community is the heart of everything. And so what better way to launch a new album than to use the creators, the fans of Beyoncé, to launch her new album? I'm going to play you the clip.
Oh, when I say Beyonce is back!
I'm gonna down my head, 'cause I lost my mind. B is back and I'm sleeping real good at night. The queen's in the front and the dom's in the back. Ain't taking no flicks, but the whole click snap. There's a whole lot of people in the house trying to smoke with the yak in your mouth. And we back outside. You said you outside, but you ain't that outside. Worldwide hoodie with the mask outside.
Imagine waking up a huge Beyoncé fan, and you're the poster person that's really helped promote her album on TikTok. That was Beyoncé's first adventure onto TikTok, and many more to come, I'm sure. But I think as I experienced just looking around the room, the smiles, a few people were dancing. It makes people happy. And TikTok has that positive experience. It's a super positive space for everybody. 73% of our audience have said it makes them feel more positive after watching authentic TikTok content. It was once described as the last sunny corner of the internet. And you only need to go to the comment section to see the positivity and the energy that people have for each other, the commitment, the support, and the trust they have in each other within these communities. It gives people a sense of belonging. Not a belonging to the content, but a belonging to the communities that they're interacting with. And we'll get to niches in a moment. But if you're going to create content and you need to feel that belonging, it needs to feel a place where you feel safe. TikTok's #1 commitment, it's the bedrock of everything we do, from Show, our CEO, disseminating right through our business, is to ensure that we keep our consumers, our creators, our communities incredibly safe, and also making sure that brands are equally safe. We've developed a number of rigorous content moderation, in-app community tools, and education services that really support our creators. Tools that are available for them where they have control over their TikTok. In addition to that, we have over 40,000 trust and safety employees that help support this #1 priority in our business. It's worth noting there is no finishing line here. We will continue to develop and evolve our trust and safety within our platform as we move forward and as we mature as a creative platform. So people feel safe And when people feel safe, they create. They're authentic. They can open themselves up, knowing that they can be themselves. And what we've seen is the rise of community talks. These communities exist, and they're wonderful. From fitness talk to car talk, bit of a favorite, luxury talk, and my personal favorite, witch talk. These are literally witches, and there are millions of them sharing spells, and they get together at weekends and talk about how they witched out, which is just incredible. I'm going to take you through a couple of examples, but I think what's driving this is that these niches are really, really important. The niches that are being created in these community talks are quite literally driving mass culture. They're driving this mass creativity. And so the niches rule. We've seen this in spades, and I'm going to share a couple of examples with you now. Trending on Book Talk. The World Economic Forum, they recently quoted saying Book Talk had helped boost the sales of print books. In 2021, there were more books sold than any year on record. The book is back. And this is coming to life in Germany. We recently announced at the Leipzig Book Fair that we are going to be showing successful book titles to the community, and we'll publish our offering once a month. This is really special, and that's in Germany. Next up is film, and many of you would have been inspired to watch a new movie, potentially, on TikTok. It is full screen, it's sound on, it gives you that real opportunity. What a great platform to deliver really strong business impact. But in addition to that, it's not just about new movies, it's finding old movies again. I'm introducing movies to my kids that I'd forgotten about, that I'd seen on TikTok that are trending right now. I saw one just the other evening, which is wonderful. And it's great to share that stuff. Film is so important to us. And so we've announced for the second year running that we are now an official partner of the Cannes Film Festival. We'll be hosting our own TikTok short form category. We believe the next Martin Scorsese exists on our platform. These are young and up-and-coming directors that want to show their creativity and show their work on TikTok. And so how can they bring that to life? Well, we will give them a stage at the Cannes Film Festivals and the Forum to show their creativity. An additional excitement to that is one of the top creators in Germany is also on the judging panel for the Cannes Film Festival TikTok short film. The final example I'm going to show you is Travel Talk. Now, we're all inspired by travel, but TikTok has become this discovery. Search has become huge on TikTok, whether it's looking for the best restaurant in the area that you're visiting, whether it's the best beach, the best surf, the best rooftop bar. Over 9.1 billion views of travel content is now recorded on the TikTok platform. 77% of our audience come to TikTok to be inspired about visiting new places to travel to. But the business impact that we're seeing on small businesses within those areas is dramatic. The small restaurant, the untouched restaurant on the beach that you didn't know existed until you discovered it on TikTok. The rooftop bar in Athens overlooking the Acropolis, discovered on TikTok. So this gives a very big opportunity for businesses, but also delivered really strong business impacts for everybody that thinks about TikTok in a different way and associating themselves with their audience. The final thing I'll mention on this is that we're seeing cross-pollination of these community talks I talked about. We're seeing them cross-pollinate in travel. So restaurants, architecture, sport. And I can think of no finer example than this woman that is quite literally obsessed by pastries. It's worth noting that people are queuing around the block for one of these in Napoli right now. I mean, it's just insane how popular that video and how viral that video went. So before I close, I'm going to tell you what this means for brands. What does this mean? How do you build this association? Well, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity to have a very different kind of conversation through these communities, through these creators, to deliver really strong brand and commercial impact. Purchasing is not linear anymore. It's not just simple funnel with pilot in, sausage machine out the back end. We believe we've disrupted the way that people are purchasing or discovering. We're calling this the infinite loop. From discovery and inspiration to that consideration path, experiencing what they've bought, purchased, or discovered, and then participating on TikTok again to create this infinite loop. There's no start or end. You come in at any time during this infinite loop. But what's wonderful about this is if you've discovered it on TikTok, you're more likely to share it on TikTok at the same time. And what we've seen is a huge uplift in return on advertiser spend because of the way that they're interacting and using TikTok in the right way. And this has been consistent across Europe. 64% uplift in return on investment, return on ad spend, and also return on brand uplift and discovery. I'll leave you in the last 3 minutes with 3 key takeaways about this presentation today. The first is, think like a marketer, but act like a creator. Be real, be authentic, turn up, be present, open the app, play with the app, be involved in the app, be consistent, build familiarity with the app. 79% of our users agree that TikTok is a place for brands to demonstrate their personality. Please embrace that. It's really, really important. It doesn't need to be a veneered. It doesn't need to be beautiful. It doesn't need to have fantastic imagery. Be real and be authentic. Second of all, understand the trends. Capture those trends. Trends allow brands to create an added relevance at that particular time. It's rooted in everything that we do on TikTok. It's relatable. It's human. It's making those connections with those communities. Respond quickly to trends. Be brave. Jump in. Get involved. A really good example of this is the Corn Kid with the Corn song. And there was an ad, Chipotle, they did an ad with him, and they jumped on that bandwagon really, really quickly. I don't know if you've ever seen the store, but as you move along and create your dish, they used the kid to move along and to create their dish until they got to corn. So he rejected everything until it got to corn. So trends are days and weeks. And sometimes I understand for brands, it's hard to jump on those trends quickly. But think about themes at the same time. Themes are more evergreen. They give you an opportunity for an extended period of time. Cooking trends, DIY tips, clean talks. Involve yourself in these longer-term trend communities. These are amazing ways to really tap into your audience and build that familiarity and build that relationship. Finally, unlock the creator community. Brands have seen a 26% uplift in their favorability by using creators. Creators, as I mentioned at the top of the presentation, are the beating heart of everything that TikTok does. We have commercial tools that allow you to tap into it, and please come and see us at our stand if you want to. But these branded solutions really help secure and build on that creator community. We also have a creator marketplace where we can make introductions to creators on your behalf, from Grandpa Joe right through to Carby Lane. Different prices, different needs, and they have a very different relationship with the communities that they're related to. For now, though, I want to thank you all for using the app. If you haven't got it, please download it. Remember, 67% over the age of 25. It's not for the kids anymore, although we do love the Gen Zs. Thank you so much for your time, and it's wonderful to be here at OMR. Thank you.